And good evening, everybody. Welcome inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. It is senior night, and two rival schools are going to battle it out with a chance to come out on top. We've got the Grafton Lady Bearcats and the Phillip Barbour Lady Colts here on the Grafton Sports Network. I'm Parker Biller, joined as always by Noah Foley and Cage Andrews. Guys, it's senior night's going on right now. We're going to talk more about that here in a little bit. But what a season it's been for this Grafton Lady Bearcats squad. This team has had one of the most successful seasons in program history so far, with 18 wins and 0 losses. In your guys' opinion, who all deserves the credit for how good this team has played this year?
Yeah, definitely. You're going to look at this team, and all the credit's going to go to Hadley Horn and Kenna Keener. But you also got to give credit to the role players like Hope Deaver, Jazzy Ray, and Natalie Beltner that step up in those big games when Hadley Horn and Kenna Keener aren't really having a good night. And you also got to give a lot of credit to the bench for pushing them in practice every day, having that energy off the bench, and just pushing this team to be great.
Yeah. KJ, you got anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that bench, it helps a lot of this game. I mean, watching the players get subbed out, I mean, every time the players are standing up, giving them a high five, cheering them on. I mean, it's just a lot of positivity out of this Grafton team.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the coaching has been phenomenal as well. Very well-disciplined team. And we're going to show the seniors up here on the program. Starting on the left, we've got Hope Deaver, Amara Kane, Hadley Horn, Reagan Knight, and Jazzy Ray. All have been leaders this year, and it's been a great season. Definitely, if you're a senior, this is definitely a team that you want to be on. No losses. I mean, this is a pretty good way to end your senior year.
Yeah, you know? to go out with a state run, maybe that'd be that's a heck of a way to go out.
And only three matchups left, so you never know what's going to go down. But let's talk about tonight's matchup. These two teams faced off against each other back on the 6th of December. The Lady Bearcats handed it to them 60-17. So what's the game plan tonight, guys, if you're Coach Mauser, to get this Colts team a win here at Grafton High School, which is something they haven't done?
Yeah, he definitely said they need to turn the ball over less. And we saw in that Lincoln versus Grafton game, this isn't about Phillip Barbour, but Grafton had a turnover problem in that game with 20 turnovers, and there was 47 combined in that game. So if Phillip can come out with intensity and not turn the ball over, they have a really good shot here in Scotty Hamilton.
Yeah, and looking at the Colts, they are 11-6 right now, coming off that win against Bridgeport. And they started out the season pretty slow, but they got back on track. They really struggled against this Lady Bearcat squad, though.
Yeah, they're really hot right now on an 8-game win streak, and Coach Mauser told us that they have improved a lot, and they have a lot of good chemistry right now, and that's what you want to see rolling into March during playoff time, is some good chemistry and a lot of good wins. That's what you want to see out of high school basketball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And looking at the Lady Bearcats, they have been playing well at home and on the road. They traveled to Hurricane on Saturday, defeated them 63-51. When you got two girls on the team that are over 1,000-point scorers, and you got the all-time leading scorer in Hadley Horn, and Kenna Keener has 1,000 points on the year, I mean, it's really just been it's been successful on all aspects of the ball and all aspects of play.
Yeah, especially their defense, man. We see most of Grafton's buckets come from transition, and that starts from the defense. You see Hadley Horn just push the tempo with her speed, and then she finds a taller Kenna Keener or Natalie Beltner down there in the paint. The rest is history for Grafton.
That's right. It's pretty rare for a team to still be undefeated this late into February, but we're going to see how that plays out tonight. They only have 2 regular season games left, and the regional game, if the Lady Bearcats are in it, which they should be, it will be held on February the 28th.
Sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
That game Thursday, dude. That should be game of the year for Grafton, man.
Against Southern Maryland.
That's a really good challenge. Southern Maryland's beat 3 of the top teams in the state. They beat East Fairmont by 30. They've beaten Morgantown, the top team in the state, and Nitro, who's the second-best team in the state. So that's a battle for Grafton.
It should be an interesting one Thursday. Final home game of the year. We'll have it all live here on the Grafton Sports Network. Make sure you stay tuned for that one. But the players are coming out, about to warm up. We got 20 more minutes till the game starts. We'll talk some more pregame here in a few minutes, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
You want me to do
And welcome back into the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. It is senior night here for the Grafton Lady Bearcats, undefeated on the year. And we've got a rivalry matchup tonight, guys, between the Phillip Barbour Colts and the Grafton Lady Bearcats. And Flea, I know we just talked about it a minute ago, but what have you seen that have been the key successes for this Grafton Lady Bearcats team?
Yeah, they have really balanced scoring in some of these tight games. We saw last game against Lincoln. Hadley Horn only finished the game with 3, but Kenna Kaner and Natalie Beltner really stepped up. And Natalie Beltner is one of those players that steps up in the big games when you need her to. And especially this Grafton defense, man. That's where they get most of their points from, is from defense, and then they just go into transition. And defense wins championships, and it might win them a state championship this year.
Yeah, you got to hope so, Flea. That the chances of that are definitely high, and there's a lot of different role players on this team, and it should be an exciting rivalry matchup tonight. And taking on the Lady Bearcats are the Lady Colts. They're 11-6 right now, coming off a win against Bridgeport, 73-60. They are on an 8-game win streak, and they didn't start out the season as hot as they wanted to, but they kind of found their rhythm, got back into it, and we talked with Coach Mauser before the game, and he says it's a young team. It's a young team, and they've kind of found their rhythm. So what else do you think that they need to do tonight, Flea?
Yeah, they need to turn the ball over less is what Coach Mauser told us. And if they turn the ball over less, because Grafton's one of those teams that can really force turnovers and use their hands really well. They forced 27 last game. If Philippi doesn't turn the ball over as much tonight, they have a really good shot of winning this game, and it's a rivalry game. They lost this game last time by 30 points in the Sandboard final. And you know for sure Coach Mauser's putting some fire under his ladies tonight, and they're going to come out with some heart.
Yeah, and these two teams have already faced off December 6th, way back, and the Lady Bearcats defeated them 60-17. It wasn't really much of a contest, but I have a feeling that tonight it might be a little different now that the Lady Colts have found their rhythm, and they're on an 8-game win streak. So I think it'll be definitely a better matchup tonight. And it's also senior night, and here are the seniors for the Grafton Lady Bearcats. We've got on the left Hope Deaver, Amara Kane, Hadley Horn, Reagan Knight, and Jazzy Ray. All right, more pregame coverage, starting lineups, and head coaches are coming up next. Make sure to stay with us here on the Grafton Sports Network. It should be a good matchup tonight, folks. And welcome back into the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. A matchup tonight, a rivalry game between the Grafton Lady Cats and the Phillip Barbour Lady Colts. The Lady Cats coached by Hartzell Keener. He's been with this program for 3 years, and he has been coaching at Grafton High School for 14 years. He also is the assistant for boys basketball as well. And for the Lady Colts, coached by Rick Mauser, a graduate of the former Aldous and Broadus University. This is his 6th year as head coach of the Lady Colts. And the Lady Bearcats undefeated on the year, 18-0, and the Lady Colts on an 8-game win streak. They are 11-6. Should be a fun one tonight.
Gotta love a good rivalry matchup, man.
Yeah, big crowd here inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym. And here is the tip, and we're underway. Here's Finley Carpenter, and she's going to try an early three. No good. Tough rebound from Jeffries inside. And it'll be called for a travel.
Early turnover for Philippi there. Grafton doing their job, missing off on the defensive rebound, getting the ball right back.
And a heavy pressure here from the Colts, and the Lady Bearcats easily break that one. And Hadley Horn gets her first bucket of the night, the all-time leading scorer for the Grafton Lady Bearcats.
And Philippi couldn't do anything there, man. Hadley Horn has state champion speed because she is a state champion in track, so can't stop her in the open court.
Carpenter, another three. This time it falls. Good shot.
A lot riding on this game. An 8-game win streak for Philippi and an 18-game win streak for Grafton.
Someone's win streak's about to be broken, and Kenna Keener gets a bucket underneath.
And there's a lot of pressure on this girls' Grafton team right now because they don't want to lose a game going into states, sectionals, regionals, whatever they're going to go to.
Yeah, and that's coming up very soon. They only have, I think, 3 more games in the regular season left, too. And one more home game this Thursday against Southern Maryland. That'll be a tough one. We'll talk more about that one later. But, yeah, it's been a heck of a year for this Lady Bearcat squad. A phenomenal year, one of the best in program history. And it's not done yet, hopefully. Underneath, here's Jeffries. Shot put up. No good from Wilmoth. Carpenter feeds it inside. Ball is tipped, and it'll be called for a foul underneath.
You see Jazzy Ray in the paint there because Grafton is running their 1-3-1 defense, and that is a really, really hard defense to run. But if you can run it right, man, it's really effective.
And Tatum Jeffries at the line, a 57% free throw shooter. No good.
You see Philippi not having any rebounders in the paint here for the free throw. They're getting back on defense no matter what.
That's kind of a smart play there because fast break opportunities for the Bearcats are usually successful, and they do like to capitalize on those. That's where they score most of their points, is in fast break opportunities. So here come the Lady Bearcats. Ray finds Keener inside. Good ball movement. Horn shot is no good.
Grafton's been trying a lot of those cross-court passes recently. We saw in the last game against Lincoln, that's where most of their turnovers came from, is those failed cross-court passes. But if you can run a cross-court pass correctly, it's a very good skill to have.
Yeah, it sets the defense off balance and creates opportunities for space inside.
Yeah, and this Grafton team has two really good senior-led guards with Hope Deaver and Jazzy Ray that can space the floor very well for Grafton.
Keener. Here's Beltner. Good defense here from the Colts. Keener finally gets a shot off. Gets her own rebound and draws a foul. Good job there. Great play for Kenna Keener.
3 Philippi players were around Kenna Keener there when she had the ball. That's one of the only ways to stop her. It's either that, you get a lucky block on her, or you somehow foul her.
Keener, the 6-foot junior, a 67% free throw shooter, gets that bucket to fall. Scored her 1,000th career point earlier this year.
And going back to this rivalry matchup, we might even see these teams face up against each other in the playoffs because, if I'm not mistaken, they're in the same section and region, so
yep.
they could face off again.
They definitely are. And it took a while for this Lady Colts team to get going. Early on in the year, they didn't find much success, but once again, an 8-game win streak for them. And good block there from Kenna Keener.
You like to see the refs let them play in this game too, because this game has the verge of getting heated. And we've always seen a chippy game between these two teams, no matter what sport it is.
So pressure on the Colts. They'll be called for a foul. And here's Jazzy Ray. Pretty good crowd here tonight inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium.
Yeah, on our side of the gym.
Yeah.
It's packed, man. There's really nowhere to sit, and that's what you like to see. Looks like the Lewis County game all over again.
Yeah. Always people who like to show up for the rivalry games. Here's Beltner. And Jazzy Ray is going to try a 3-ball. No good. Deaver. Ball is knocked away. But good pressure there from Hope Deaver to try to get it back. It'll be called for a foul on her.
Going back to that Jazzy Ray three-pointer, that was a really good play design from Grafton. They just fed it into Kenna Keener, and she found a little flip pass to Jazzy Ray. Really good play design for Grafton.
And this team has been very well coached by Hartzell Keener. A very disciplined team. And there's Deaver inside getting scrappy. And it'll be called for a jump ball against Elizabeth Knotts. And Hope Deaver got tied up.
Going back to these two senior guards for Grafton, Hope Deaver and Jazzy Ray. They're two of the scrappiest players on this floor, if not the scrappiest for this Grafton team. Jazzy Ray is really a good defender, and Hope Deaver is as well.
And Ashley Poling checked in for the Lady Colts. Yeah, and it's like everyone on this Lady Bearcats team has their own skill set, and each of them contributes something different. And they're all great role players and have contributed to the success of this team. And here's Keener the other way off of the steal. Tries to find it inside, but it'll stay with the Lady Bearcats.
Yeah, going back to that, they all play their role really well, even going from the bench players. Ruthie Horn's a really good six-man for this team, and then you got her sister Hadley Horn, who's the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah. It's been fun watching them play this year. So up by 2. Here's Beltner. Can't get much going here.
Yeah, really good man-to-man defense from Phillip Barbour. They're making sure they're not leaving those backdoor cuts open, and Grafton likes to play through those a lot.
Keener tries to take it in herself, and a kickball violation on the Colts.
Yeah, you see Phillip Barbour really manning up on Kenna Keener, and if they can get her out of this game, because she had 22 last game, they really have a good chance to win tonight.
Lob pass up to Deaver. And it's been a pretty slow first quarter. The Lady Bearcats taking their time.
That's something you really see them do in the second half, not really in the first half, because they really want to slow the clock down.
And they've struggled this year in the first half. They've struggled to get going. And a good turnover and a good takeaway from Jazzy Ray. Hope Deaver tries the 3. No good, off the side of the rim.
Yeah, Hartzell Keener always tells us they need to work on their turnovers, and they're doing exceptionally better tonight with only 2, 4 combined in this game.
I'm just not seeing the spark that we've seen in recent games yet. But it usually kicks in the second half. Keener, long ball, no good.
And Kenna Keener, she can shoot those 3s too, because we've seen her make some. I'm pretty sure she had a few against Philippi the first time they played, and she's a really skilled player.
Inside. That was a long possession for Grafton. Took a couple minutes off the clock. And a turnover is called, and it'll be the Lady Bearcats basketball.
3rd turnover tonight from Philippi. Grafton has 1 less than them, 5 in this game. And there was 47 in the last time out here in the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium.
47.
That's that is something I bet you Hartselle Keener got on them about.
Well, it looks like they've cleaned it up tonight.
Yep.
And they had a big win on the road against Hurricane on Saturday. They scored that game 63-51.
Yeah, the last teams this Grafton team plays in this regular season are some giants. Sissonville is one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and they play them. And they beat a really good Hurricane team. And going back to that Southern game, man, Southern are the WVU giant killers, apparently.
Yeah, a top-ranked Maryland team, and Hartselle Keener scheduled that one later on in the year, and they're coming up this Thursday at home, and that should be a good contest, and it also will determine how well the Lady Bearcats are going to play if they make it into the tournament. So there's Keener. She sinks the first free throw. She's got 4 points on the night. Misses the second.
Phillip hasn't scored a bucket in 5 minutes, and that's a drought you really don't want to see in high school basketball.
And the shot, no good there by Izzy Knotts. And good find from Hadley to Kenna, but Kenna can't hang on to the ball. And a fight for it, called a jump ball, and it'll go to the Lady Colts.
Yeah, if Grafton and Phillip Barbour can just limit their turnovers, because they both have 4 tonight, 8 combined, it could really be a close game.
And the Lady Bearcats only up by 3. Under 1:30 left to go in the first quarter.
I really want to see a good play design from Phillip here and get a shot down so they can run the clock a little bit.
Knotts shot up, no good. Can't get it to rattle in. She doesn't have any points on the night. It's been a tough break for her.
5th Grafton turnover. They've had 3 in the last 3 minutes. It's not something you want to see if you're Hartselle Keener.
Here's Poling. Under a minute to go in the first quarter.
And Grafton can really switch from man to zone really good, because they run that 1-3-1 very well, and they run this man-to-man really well.
So good defensive pressure there from the Lady Bearcats. Rick Mauser forced to call a timeout with 48.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back. And the undefeated Lady Bearcats are hosting a designer bag bingo on March the 2nd inside of the St. Augustine Social Center in Grafton, West Virginia. Doors open at 1 p.m. and you must be 18 years or older to play. All proceeds benefit the GHS Lady Bearcats basketball team. All right, good defense there from the Lady Bearcats to force the timeout. Only up by 3. It's been a slow quarter for both teams. And what have been your takeaways so far, Flea?
This defense from Phillip is really surprising me tonight. I mean, forcing this Grafton team that averages over 50 a game to 6 points in 1 quarter is really impressive.
Yeah, and you look at the score from the last time these two teams met. It was 67-10, I believe. No, that's not right. Well, let me look.
60-17.
60-17, yeah. It was a very big margin, and not looking like that tonight.
Yeah, and going back to this Phillip defense, forcing Grafton to 5 turnovers, and Phillip has 4 of their own, so they're winning the turnover battle tonight.
Wellmouth kicks to Jeffries. Jeffrey tries a shot, too much power. And here comes the speedy Hadley Horn. Here's Jazzy. She's going to take it inside. No good. Got to get a shot off and just throws the ball out of bounds. Can't get anything to go. And that will be the end of the first quarter. A slow one at that. The Lady Bearcats 6, the Lady Colts 3. We'll be right back. And varsity ball Spirit Week is coming up February 24th through the 28th. Monday is Pajama Day, Tuesday Denim Day, Wednesday Favorite Team Day, Thursday Luau Day, and Friday is the Colors Day War here at Grafton High School. And we're back. Second quarter of play just about ready to go. And it's been a slow-moving one. The Lady Bearcats looking to stay undefeated. They are 18-0. No losses on the year. And the Lady Colts on an 8-game win streak, 11-6. It's been a close contest so far in the first quarter, and we'll see what the second quarter has to bring.
And you haven't seen Grafton use their bench at all tonight. Something you rarely see, but when they do use their bench, they only go 7 deep most of the time.
It's been a slow game. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of moving around, and Hadley Horn finally gets things going with a 3-ball. And that brings the lead up to 6 points. Keener deflection. They can go the other way. In stride, Keener loses the ball. And a foul called on Kenna Keener trying to fight for the basketball.
That was really good hustle from the Phillip Barbour player to get back and chase Kenneth Keener down the court and just win her team back the ball, excuse me.
And you saw a little spark of momentum there for the Lady Bearcats. See if that transitions.
If they can hold momentum for this whole second quarter, they have a good chance to win this game.
Inside. Shot is up and good for Izzy Knotts. Tough take on Hope Deaver.
Yeah, and a crazy stat on Izzy Knotts. We were looking at it. She has taken 171 free throws this year. So she is a pretty dominant player down there in the paint.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She's only got 2 points on the night. And she's got to get going here if the Lady Colts want a chance of winning this basketball game. Good ball movement from the Lady Bearcats. Horn finds Keener inside, the underhand layup off of the rim. And a little bit of pressure. Jazzy Ray forces the turnover. Keener puts it up, too short. And the ball rolls out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Lady Bearcats.
That is Phillip Barbour's 7th turnover of the night, and Grafton has 6 on the night, 13 combined in this game.
Ray finds Beltner, and Horn, pump fake, jump shot, no good.
She's really good at getting to her shot because of her speed, and you don't want to leave Hadley Horn open on the perimeter.
Yeah, she shoots it, and then it's like a burst of acceleration towards the basket, and she is so good at that.
Yeah, and a pump fake is such an underlooked skill in basketball nowadays. If you can master a pump fake, that's a really good skill to have.
And the ball out of bounds, and the Phillip Barbour fan base not happy about that one. They wanted the call to be off of Hadley Horn, but it'll stay with the Lady Bearcats. Under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ray, 3-ball, in and out. And once again, those offensive rebounds for the Lady Bearcats have been crucial in helping their offense.
Yeah, and Phillip Barbour's not doing a bad job on the glass either tonight. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds of their own.
Izzy Knotts, trying to go coast to coast, is fouled hard, and she landed hard as well. And the foul called on Hope Deaver, her 2nd of the night. Ruth Horn checks in for the Lady Bearcats, and Finley Carpenter checks in for the Lady Colts.
Yeah, she went down hard, and she's a little slow to get up, but it appears that she hurt her knee or something.
Yeah, I don't know. She came down pretty hard, though. She gets up. She's going to try to run it off.
She might have to throw up after that one. I'm not even going to.
Yeah, that looks like where she's going towards the commons area, so we will see about that and check in on her. Stephanie Barker will check in her place.
And that's probably one of the worst feelings in sports. Is
yeah.
When you're having a really good night and then you got to just get subbed out because of an injury.
Yeah, and especially it's hard on your team morale as well. Here are the Lady Colts, down by 4. Good find inside, but Hadley Horn strips the ball away and forces the turnover.
8th of the night for Phillip. They're getting in their turnover habit again, and Coach Mauser told us if they want to have a chance in this hostile environment, they gotta limit their turnovers.
And scary pass to Beltner. Floats one over to Keener, and an easy layup for Kenna Keener. She's got 6 on the night.
The Lady Cats off-ball movement is really what opens the lane for them to score these buckets. It's really impressive how they just know where each other are going to be.
And another takeaway there. Horn intercepted the pass. And Keener back to Horn. Just barely didn't fall in. And there is Izzy Knotts checking back into the game. Good to see that.
Yeah, she went down hard. I think she got the wind knocked out of her.
Yeah,
But,
that's what it looked like, and that is not a good feeling at all.
If you've played sports at least once in your life, the chances of you getting the wind knocked out of you are pretty high.
Not fun. And the ball thrown out of bounds by Ainsley Bolliard, and that's another Phillip Barbour Colts turnover.
Student section loving it right now.
And I'm not going to lie, the student section has been lacking a little bit this year, guys.
Yes, it has. I mean, I don't really know why. This girls team's really good
I mean, it's not often you get an undefeated team.
this late in the season.
Exactly. Keener spins. Foul will be called. She will head back to the free throw line.
Got to give Phillip a lot of credit here. As many chances as Grafton has had to score tonight, they're only holding Grafton to 11 points, and that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, I have seen so much improvement since December 6th when these two teams faced off. I mean, this Phillip Barbour Colts team just looks like a different team.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of energy. They have something to prove. They want to knock off one of the best teams in AAA, the hottest team in AAA, and they want to become the hottest team in AAA.
Keener sinks that one. The Lady Bearcats 12 and the Colts 5. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Carpenter tries another three, her third try of the game. She's only made one. And Horn rips the ball away. Great job from Hadley Horn to get back on the rebound and draw the foul. You'd love to see the hustle out of that.
Yeah, this Grafton team, hustle is their game.
And they have been trained so well. They have so much stamina on the floor. They always look like they can outrun any of their opponents. And they just have more stamina.
Yeah, we saw that Buckhannon game. Buckhannon just got gassed. And that first half, Grafton was in a lot of trouble, going down 5 in the halftime. But Buckhannon just, like you said, lost all their stamina.
And Beltner throws the ball into two defenders. Jeffrey knocks it out. And we'll stay with the Lady Bearcats.
I feel like Grafton sometimes, they get a little careless with their passes. So you see them, they do these cross-court passes, but sometimes you just see them, they don't really lift their head up before they make the pass.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, no team is perfect. There's areas of improvement that could happen.
Very true.
A lot better than most teams in the state right now. Here's Beltner. Feeds it to Horn. She's going to try a deep jumper. No good. Kenna Keener blows past defenders and gets a rebound shot put up. No good. Ruth Horn underneath. Can't hang on.
I'll tell you what, a floater in the corner is actually a really hard shot to make because you don't know how much power you need to put on it. And if you put less power on it, it looks like it's going to go in.
Yeah, floater, one of the toughest shots in basketball. And there's Izzy Knotts. After going out of the game, she gets a bucket there. She's really good inside the paint.
Yes, she is. We were talking about how many free throws she shot, and that has to be an indication that she gets fouled down there a lot in the paint.
Not afraid to take it inside. Izzy Knotts 4 points on the night for her. And she averages 18 a game. And a turnover called on Kenna Keener, a walk.
That was a heck of a find from Jazzy Ray, too. Kenna Keener I think she was a little bit stunned that she got that ball. because I don't know how Jazzy Ray found the pocket to slide the ball in there to her.
Yeah, it was a great pass there. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's been a good contest between these two teams. Shot put up, no good. Rebound by Knotts, and she's going to fall back. Tries to throw the shot up, no good. And a foul called underneath finally against the Colts.
I always say this, Izzy Knotts, she's one of those players that wants to win. You can see it out there. She's giving it everything she has, and she has more than half of Phillip Barbour's points tonight.
Yeah, she's giving it all she can. 18 points a game and 9 rebounds is her average.
Good matchup for Keener tonight.
Keener trying to direct the offense. Horn inside, heavy contact, and she will be fouled. Hadley Horn heading to the free throw line. A 72% free throw shooter, averages 16 points a game and 7 rebounds. A true leader for this Bearcats squad. That one falls.
Good amount of turnovers in this game right now. There's 17 combined turnovers. Philippi leading the way with 10, and Grafton has 7 of their own.
Turnovers are such an important stat in basketball, and especially for a team like the Bearcats, where they score most of their points off of turnovers, and defense is their game.
Coach Mauser, if I was in that locker room, I bet you money he's going to say something about their turnover problem. But other than that, Philippi's playing really well.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. And the turnover there on the Lady Bearcats called on Ruth Horn. She traveled. So if the Lady Colts can get some points going into halftime, and maybe a little momentum, they have a good shot of winning this basketball game.
Yeah, if they can get a quick bucket here within 20 seconds and then get a good stop on defense, they have a really good momentum going into half.
Carpenter underneath, and the foul is called. Stephanie Barker put up the shot, and she will head to the free throw line. 57% free throw shooter.
That was a good pass from Finley Carpenter too. She made the extra pass. She could have probably taken a pretty good mid-range look there, but got her own teammate at the line.
And she sinks the first. Maddie Fryer will check in for the Lady Bearcats, and Ashley Poling will check in for the Colts, as well as Gracie Wolf. And Barker makes both of them. They needed some points there.
Yeah, and like I said, if they get a pretty decent stop here and somehow do get the ball back, they have a lot of momentum going into halftime.
Here's Keener, drives inside. No good, but put up by Maddie Fryer. Can't get it to fall. And there was the stop they needed. Can they capitalize with some points? Knotts. Wolf. Poling.
If I'm Philippi, I'm trying to slow down the tempo like they are right now. Trying to take the last shot of the game.
You got 15 seconds. You can make something happen. Shot put up Wilmoth, and it falls. Olivia Wilmoth with her first points of the night. Can Hadley Horn get a shot off? And not in time. And that's the end of the first half in an exciting rivalry matchup. The Lady Bearcats lead 13-11 over the Colts. We'll be back with some more halftime coverage here on the Grafton Sports Network. And the undefeated Lady Cats are hosting a designer bag bingo on March the 2nd inside of the St. Augustine Social Center in Grafton, West Virginia. Doors open at 1 p.m. You must be 18 years or older to play. All proceeds benefit the GHS Lady Bearcats basketball team. All right, welcome back in here to the booth at halftime. The Lady Bearcats only up by 2, 13-11 over the Lady Colts, and it's been a good contest between the two in this rivalry game. Looking at some stats for Grafton, Hadley Horn has 6 and Kennekeener has 7. That's the only points from anyone on the Grafton team tonight with 13. And looking at Phillip Barbour, Izzy Knotts has 4, Finley Carpenter has 3, Olivia Wilmoth 2, and Stephanie Barker has 2 as well. What do we got for turnover-wise, Flea?
Yeah, Phillip Barbour, 10 turnovers, and Grafton not far behind them with 9 of their own. And if this has been a really close game because of their turnovers, so if we can see them, Grafton or Phillip, limit the turnovers, someone's going to take the lead really big in this game.
Yeah, and Grafton more of a second-half team, not doing well in previous first halves, and they've looked stronger than they have tonight, Flea, and kind of looked a little sluggish, a little bit out of themselves, but they usually do turn it around in the second half, and we'll see what that brings. About 1:30 left to go until the start of the third quarter. We'll be right back here on the Grafton Sports Network. And if you like what you see here tonight, make sure to go check out our own YouTube page at the Grafton Sports Network. We post weekly podcasts breaking down Grafton and WVU sports. We just had a big merchandise release drop that's coming out soon, so we're going to appreciate you. We're going to be right back. Hold on 1 second, folks. All right, welcome back in. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. And the start of third quarter under the way, and here are the Lady Colts. And guys, we had a little bit of an incident there. Not sure what that was about. Some man tried to deliver us some DoorDash.
Yeah, we should have taken it, dude. I mean,
we should have. That was interesting. I don't think that's never happened to me before. All right, anyway. Going into the third quarter, the Lady Bearcats lead by 2.
I think a big role in this game is going to be the atmosphere for both of these teams. If Grafton fans start getting into it, the Grafton team's going to rally off that, and if Phillip Barbour fans start getting into it.
And there's a lot of Phillip Barbour fans here as well.
Yes, there are. 2
teams that are close in proximity and rich in history as well. So the Lady Bearcats, a second half team, can't get anything started there. The ball thrown out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover. Finley Carpenter checks in for the Colts.
Both teams already having a turnover 45 seconds into the second half, 21 combined in this game now.
Turnover's a big issue for the Colts this year.
Have as many turnovers as they do points.
Not a good stat to have. Jeffries throws the ball away to Horn. She stays in bounds. The tightrope walk, and Hadley Horn gets the first bucket of the second half. She's got 8 points on the night.
And there's nothing the Phillip Barbour defender could do there, because you have one of the fastest people in the state running downhill at you.
She's so shifty too.
Balance is a underrated skill and physical aspect to have.
Great soccer player. Carpenter, deep three, rolls in for Finley Carpenter. Her second made three of the game. She likes to take that deep ball.
Yeah, that was a really good look from Finley Carpenter. It was a deep shot. You know it's a deep shot if the player struggles to get it there. And I mean, it wasn't a struggle for Finley Carpenter to get it in.
Not at all, and Ray tries to lob pass it to Horn, and the ball will be out of bounds. Knotts will be fouled in the lane, heavy traffic. And Ruth Horn will check in for the Lady Bearcats. A good 6-man on the roster. Had an impressive year this year. And the Lady Bearcats only lead by 1 point now. Finley Carpenter trying to find Knotts underneath. We'll get another crack at it.
Man, I know we always talk about we want to call a close game, and I think we're getting our game.
And I think you're rightfully, but Knotts couldn't hit the turnaround lay-in. Here's Horn, coast to coast. Ball gets stripped out of bounds, and it will stay with Grafton. In comes Ashley Poling for the Colts.
I'm really impressed by the Colts. Colts defense tonight, though, forcing Grafton to 11 turnovers.
They've been very composed. And if you look at them, there's not a whole lot of size for them as well. But they have played exceptionally good defense tonight, which is something that the Lady Bearcats know all about. And the ball off of Ray. And Carpenter once again checks in for the Colts.
Yeah, going back to the defensive standpoint, very low scoring game here tonight. 15 for Grafton and 14 for Phillip Barbour.
Almost uncharacteristic for the Lady Bearcats. And a foul called on the other end. And Poling checking in again for the Colts.
We've seen Phillip Barbour use their bench a lot tonight, and Grafton has only went too deep in their bench, and some of the players only getting a few seconds on the court.
Beltner, corner shot, no good. Rebounded by Wilmoth.
I'll tell you what, man, Izzy Knotts, a really big player down there in the paint, and she's really fast in the open court.
And Jeffries will be blocked by Keener. And Horn finds Beltner underneath. A little jump shot in and out for Natalie Beltner, and then a foul is called. And undisciplined foul there from the Lady Bearcats.
Grafton,
Not something you want to do in that situation.
they look frustrated right now. Nothing's really falling for them or going their way, and their body language can really show that.
Struggled to get it to click tonight.
If you're a hard player to read in basketball, you're usually one of the best on the floor. Because even if you're in these close games like this and you stay composed, if an opponent sees that, they're going to get more nervous.
Carpenter has it at the top of the key, slowing down the tempo. Holding.
Really good man-to-man defense from Grafton there.
Can't find Knotts underneath. The ball out of bounds. It'll go to the Bearcats.
This game's getting chippy, man.
It usually does with a rivalry game like this.
Yeah, and it's a one-point game in the third quarter. These are the high school basketball games people love to watch.
Here's Hadley.
Yeah, and Hadley and Kenna, the only players for Grafton to score tonight.
And they average most of the points on the year for the Lady Bearcats.
Yeah, Hadley with 18 and Keener with 22. That's 40 points a game for these two players, and you know what I call them? A two-headed monster.
The two-headed monster. I mean, you're right though, Flea. I mean, with Keener's size underneath and Hadley's speed, it really is just a deadly combination.
Yeah, it's really hard to stop because if you can stop one of them's going to get freed up and have a really big game.
And it's like when Hadley puts a shot up, Kenna's there, if she misses, to put it back up. And Ruth Horn tries to get the rebound, and there's Kenna, puts it back up, and a timeout called by Coach Keener. The Lady Bearcats up by 3. We'll be back after this. And it's senior night inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. And here are the seniors for this Grafton Lady Bearcats team. Starting on the left, we've got Hope Deaver and Mariah Kane, Hadley Horn, Reagan Knight, and Jazzy Ray. Congratulations. You guys have had a great year. And it's a great year to be a senior on this Lady Bearcats team, going undefeated. I would love to be a senior on this team. Please.
Yeah, the culture around this team, they have a lot of fun with each other, and you can tell that they all love to be by each other.
And just, you know, looking at the bench, I mean, even those girls over there are having a great time cheering on their team. And when you win games, it's easy to have fun.
Yeah, if you're winning this many games in a row and you're on this team, I feel like some of the players don't really care that they're on the bench. They're just glad to be a part of it.
And you got to wonder, Flea, is not having a loss at all this year going to hurt this Lady Bearcats team come tournament time? I mean, they're not used to losing.
Yeah, they really have to just keep their composure and stay confident, and they're going to be smooth sailing through the playoffs.
Knotts, tough shot, off balanced, but Jeffries is back on it. Shot put up, Wilmoth, 3, no good. Here comes Hadley Horn the other way.
Tell you what, Ruth Horn's attacking the glass tonight. She has a lot of rebounds for Grafton.
She's developed very well this year. And good ball movement here for the Lady Bearcats. Beltner, shot is way off. And a jump ball is called underneath. Jeffries in on it.
You can tell that these players have it out for each other on the court. I mean, they might be friends off the court, but when you're on the court playing against someone you know, that makes them more of an enemy, if anything.
And a rivalry game as well, especially raises the tensions. Keener off the back of the backboard. Ruth Horn, tough rebound, puts it back up, and she will be fouled and heading to the line. Ruth Horn, a 57% charity strike shooter. And a great rebound there from Ruth Horn underneath in traffic to get her hands on the ball and just put it back up. And drains the first.
It's getting loud in here right now.
You love to see it, man. And that one rolls in as well. The Lady Bearcats now up by 5. And speaking of the regional game for Region 1, which is the Lady Bearcats. And Flea, I know we said that Phillip Barbour's in our region. I don't think that they are.
Oh.
We're Region 1, and that game will be held on February the 28th. Not sure where yet.
I do not know how Izzy Knotts got away with that call. She lifted up her pivot foot, and
yeah, I saw that one. I was talking, I didn't want to stop, but nonetheless, Kenna Keener takes it the other way and draws another foul, and she heads back to the free throw line. She's been there 2 times tonight.
Only 3 Grafton players to score tonight. Keener, Hadley Horn, and Ruth Horn. And the real question is, basketball is a game of runs, and does Philippi have that last push in them to come back and get a late surge in this game?
And another offensive board there for the Lady Bearcats, just fighting for the basketball, and they give back on it. That's been something that they have excelled in this year, is offensive rebounds. Here's Ray in the corner. Inside, here's Horn. Shot looked like it was deflected.
Man, that was a heck of a pass from Keener too. A little wraparound pass, and you see those bigger players usually have that in their arsenal, and that's a really good skill to have.
Good rotation. Ray in the corner, 3 ball. Not enough power.
She's had the looks tonight, and she's capable of hitting those 3-point shots, but sometimes it's just not your night shooting.
Yeah, only a 24% free throw shooter, but she doesn't take a lot of 3-point shots either. And foul is called underneath, I believe. I'm not sure who got fouled.
I think it was Ashley Poland.
I think it was Ashley Poling. She got back up. It was a tough foul, and another foul called there on the Lady Bearcats.
Nothing Hadley Horn could do there going up against a bigger player in Izzy Knotts. Izzy Knotts just uses her strength and power to get up above the rim.
And that foul is called on Hadley Horn. That's her first of the game. Knotts at the line, sinks it. And Izzy Knotts, 5 points for her tonight. 41% free throw shooter.
Looking at it right now, this could be the first time Grafton doesn't score over 40 points in a game, unless they have one of the biggest fourth quarters we've ever seen.
It's, yeah, you're right, Flea. You're exactly right. It's been a rare occasion, but it just sort of seems sluggish tonight.
Well, you could tell she thought about it.
Horn, 3 ball, good. Hadley Horn drains the 3 on the arc. Great shot there from Hadley Horn. She's got 11 on the night.
And Natalie Beltner for sure thought about that shot.
And Wilmuth tries to answer back. No good, scram for the ball. And the Colts back on it. Carpenter bounces to Wilmuth. And that shot just off. Under 10 seconds. Horn tries a jumper just off the front of the iron. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. A late surge there from the Lady Bearcats, up 22-15 over the Lady Colts. We'll be right back on the Grafton Sports Network. And the Taylor County FFA chapter is hosting their annual ham, bacon, egg sale on March the 21st, just outside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym in the Commons area. Buyer's reception starts at 6:30 and the sale begins at 7. Once again, that's March the 21st, just outside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym in the Commons area. Buyer's reception at 6:30. The sale will be at 7. It's a great program. Go check it out. All right, start of the fourth quarter of play. Flea, what are your thoughts? Sorry, Flea.
It's fine, don't worry about it. But I think Philippi has one last late run in them, and if they want to get back in this game, they gotta attack the basket and score really quick.
Only down by 7. It's anyone's ball game at this point.
Yeah, rare occasion. Philby only scored 3 points in that, or 4 points, excuse me, in that third quarter. An Izzy Knotts free throw and a late Finley Carpenter 3-ball.
Beltner tipped the ball away. Shot put up, no good for Bolliard.
Grafton is one of the best rebounding teams in the state, and right now they are dominating the glass against Philippi.
Ray drains the 3-ball, and the Lady Bearcats really needed that one. Her first points of the night come with a clutch 3-ball in the fourth to push the lead up to 10.
Very good shot.
Jeffries under heavy pressure. Corner put up, shot by Poling, no good. And here comes Hadley Horn. Inside, lays it in off the glass. And Hadley Horn, a heck of a night for her tonight. She's got 13 points, and the Lady Bearcats finally finding a rhythm in the fourth quarter. They lead 27-15 over the Lady Colts. We'll be right back. And welcome back in. The Lady Bearcats with a late surge to put them up by 12. And the Lady Colts need to kick it in gear if they want a shot of getting back in this game.
Yeah, Grafton on a 5-0 run, and Philby has only scored 4 points in the last 9 minutes.
Now here's Carpenter. She shot the 3-ball a lot tonight. And the ball out of bounds. It'll go to the Lady Bearcats. Turnover.
15th of the night for Philby. Looks like these Grafton players are getting in Phillip Barbour's head.
Keener down below to Beltner. And the shot is good for Natalie Beltner. She gets her first bucket of the night. And that's going to push the lead even more.
Maybe Grafton will hit their 40-point mark. The pace they're on right now. 7 points in this big fourth quarter for them.
So here's Poland. And up top, Carpenter, 3-ball. And they'll say it bounced off the top of the rim and out of bounds over the backboard. The shot will not count.
That's a break for Grafton. If she hit that, Grafton might have been in trouble though.
Yeah, tough break there for Finley Carpenter. The 3-ball fell, but it didn't count.
That's not something you really see much, where the rim's that bouncy, that the ball goes that high up.
Here's Horn. And the Lady Bearcats slowing down the tempo. And Horn throws the ball away. Carpenter trapped in the corner. And here's Jazzy Ray, gets back on it, and she's stuffed at the rim by Finley Carpenter. My goodness.
Holy crap, dude.
And the Grafton faithful not happy about that call. They wanted a foul. And that was a great block from Finley Carpenter.
Yes, it was. From where I'm sitting right now, that was all ball. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it looked like all ball from where we were at.
And it was a good call from the ref. It hit off Jazzy Ray, and she was out of bounds. So.
And another scram for the basketball. Jump ball called below. And we'll see what the officials call. And they're giving it to Grafton. The student section getting hyped up over that one.
Man, going back to that block from Finley Carpenter, that was, dude, that had some anger in it.
It did, man.
Maybe she was mad about that three-point shot.
You're probably right, Flea. Under 5 minutes to go. And you can feel the mood change inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. Lady Bearcats finally finding their rhythm. It seems like no matter how bad things look, they always come out on top.
Yeah, that's very true. They might be having an off night, but the team they're playing against is having an even offer night, if that's what you say.
Kenna Keener using her size like always to draw the contact and head back to the charity strike. I believe she's been there 4 times tonight. 5.
And what really makes up for this slow Grafton offense tonight is their exceptional defense, only allowing Phillip Barbour to 15 points. And the last time they played, Phillip Barbour had 17, but they won that game by a large margin of 43.
And Olivia Wilmoth will check in for the Lady Colts. Keener can't get the second one to go. And the Lady Colts need to push tempo with under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Knotts underneath. And she'll get that one to fall.
Yeah, and Grafton's bench was trying to argue for a push-off. And, yeah, if I was sitting on the bench, too, I'd be arguing for a push-off because you can't go down there in the paint and just use your elbow that forcefully like that.
Here's Beltner. Hadley Horn between the 2 circles. Keener finds Deaver inside, and she's going to be blocked by Izzy Knotts. And you can feel the aggression.
Yeah, they don't, if they do lose this game, they're making it known they were in the Scotty Hamilton.
Hey, listen, they've won 8 games in a row, and they have not backed down from a fight this year. Deaver, this time, and a great rebound from Kenna Keener to give her team another opportunity.
Yeah, and she was for sure going at it with that player. Little words between them.
And all the Lady Bearcats need to do is run some clock down, hold the basketball, and only take a shot when you need to.
If they somehow do get a really good shot opportunity, though, I bet you that this place will go insane.
Ray and Horn up top, along with Jeever. Just back and forth.
Little Bob Huggins offense here for Grafton.
And finally, the Colts force a turnover. Jeffries the other way and blocked, but a foul will be called before the rejection. And the foul is called on Hope Deaver. That's her 4th of the night.
I thought they called that on Keener there. I didn't.
No, it was before the shot was put up.
Hey, Phillip Barbour not out of this game by any means. If they can turn Grafton over a few more times, they're within range.
Izzy Knotts at the free throw line. She averages 18 a game. She's only been held to 7 tonight. And this one rolls in. And this has been a really good matchup tonight, Flea.
Yeah, it has. Philippi coming into this hard place to play and making it known they were here no matter the outcome. If I'm Coach Mauser, I'm really happy with this team right now.
And you can see the improvement that they have had over the course of this season. We saw them back in December when they lost against the Lady Bearcats, but they have developed, and anytime you can see an improvement in a team, that's a good thing. And Horn, a great move, breaking some ankles. She's just trying to dribble out the ball, And a foul called on the floor. And that foul will be called on Ashley Poling. It's her 4th of the night. And if you're the Lady Colts, you need a little bit of sense of urgency. And this time the foul will be called on Izzy Knotts.
Phillip Barbour, they look frustrated. I just saw Izzy Knotts after she committed that foul, and she was not happy at all with that.
I would be frustrated too, man. I mean, you brought it to within, what, 3 at halftime?
Yeah.
And just slowly started to fade away from you, but not much you can do against the undefeated Lady Bearcats squad, one of the top-ranked teams in AAA.
Yeah, Philippi, they've had a slow second half with only 7 points.
Keener underneath and fouled. She will head to the free throw line once again, her 6th time this night at the free throw line.
One of the only ways that you can stop Kenna Keener from scoring an easy bucket is a fouler.
Keener sinks that one. She averages 21 a game, 12 rebounds. And tonight she has 11 so far. Good rebound from Hadley Horn. Man, they just make those rebounds look effortless.
Yeah, and if you have the speed and pace of Hadley Horn, you can get to the rim and crash the basket really fast.
I mean, she's matched up between 2 defenders down there, and she got that rebound. And the foul called once again on Izzy Knotts. In the bonus, this time Horn will head to the line.
Izzy Knotts tonight for Phillip Barbour has been their best player by far with 8 of her own points. She's played really good on both sides of the floor.
And she went down hard in the first half, had to go out of the game for a minute, but came back and fought as hard as she could.
And there in the third quarter for a little bit, especially the beginning of it, this game started to get a little chippy. And,
It did.
It kind of calmed down since then.
And she sinks that one as well. A timeout on the floor. We'll be back the final 2 minutes, wrapping up here in the Scotty Hamilton Gym. Stay with us. And it's senior night inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. Here are the Grafton Lady Bearcats seniors, starting at the left: Hope Deaver, Amariah Kane, Hadley Horn, Reagan Knight, and Jazzy Ray. It's been a great year for those seniors, and you love to see. It looks like it's going to be a win on senior night. .156 left to go in the fourth. The Lady Bearcats 33 and the Phillip Barbour Lady Colts 18. It was close going into halftime, but the Lady Bearcats found their rhythm in the second half and have started to pull away, and it looks like this game might be on ice.
Yeah, 15 points with under 2 left is something rarely ever done in any level of basketball.
So we'll see what the Colts can do. Top of the key, shot is up and good from Ainsley Bolliard. And a quick timeout there called from Coach Mauser. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back in. Ainsley Bolliard hit a clutch 3 right there to force, or and then Coach Mauser called a timeout, but that was a crucial 3 if they have any shot of wanting to get back in this game. Good song going on. We got Cage singing over here, man.
Cage really likes the song, apparently.
Mountain music, man. Alabama. Alabama is a good band, let me tell you. And looks like they might be playing Country Roads tonight here inside of the Scotty Hamilton gym. As the Bearcats break the press, Jeffries forced the foul, Keener. And Kenny Keener will head back to the free throw line, a 67% free throw shooter.
Hope Deaver had a really good move there in the backcourt.
I saw that.
That little snatch crossover, hard to do and hard to control the basketball.
All of Grafton's guards are so shifty and fast, and have put up phenomenal performances this year. Keener, this one rolls in, 13 points for her tonight. And Flea, let's talk about this matchup coming up for the Lady Bearcats against Southern Maryland this Thursday at home. Tip off at 7:30. We'll have all the coverage here on the Grafton Sports Network. But tough team they are going to face, the top-ranked Maryland team. What are your thoughts on that one, Flea?
Yeah, I'm just going to say this off the bat, though. If you haven't come to a Lady Cats game, that is the game to come to, because that could be game of the year that we're going to do. That Southern team is ranked top 10 in Maryland and first in single A. And Cage was telling me they've beaten 2 5A teams in Maryland, the highest division of basketball.
Man.
And they're a single A team. They've beaten 3 4A teams and 4 AAA teams, which is what Grafton sits in. So, like I called them in the pregame show, they're the WV killers, man.
Yeah, and they beat some tough teams here in West Virginia as well, as Jeffrey misses that one.
Yeah, they've beaten 2 of the top 2 teams. Well, the only 2 teams, Nitro and Morgantown, they beat by a steady amount. They beat a really good East Fairmont team, which is in the Lady Cats region. The Lady Cats beat them by 3 earlier in the year, but we saw Southern, they beat them by 29 points. And they've played Elkins twice and beat them by over 30 both times, so that is going to be a challenge for the Lady Cats.
Yeah, it should be a good test for them right before regional play. And that'll be this Thursday. Make sure to come out and support, like Felice said. If you haven't been to a Lady Bearcats game, it truly is fun to watch.
And I just forgot this, but if the Lady Cats hold on and win this game, I'm pretty sure they're Big Ten champions. They have no more Big Ten games.
Yeah.
So they'd be 12-0 in the Big Ten, and that's something that hasn't been done here in a long time.
I think you're right, Flea. We're not going to confirm that until next game, because just to be sure. But
yeah,
I think you might be right about that one. So under a minute, Lady Bearcats lead 35-22 over the Colts.
Yeah, and the Big Ten is one of the hardest conferences in any sport in West Virginia. You got teams like Grafton, Bridgeport, Lincoln, Robert C. Byrd, Philippi, both of the Fairmonts, North Marion, Elkins. It's a really competitive sports conference in West Virginia.
Yeah, and it makes our job a lot more fun to do when you go up against tough teams in good competition. You get more exciting games, and it's just been fun to watch this Lady Bearcats team all year this year. Bourne gets that one to fall. And looking at Grafton's region, in Region 1, that's the region we are in, we've got Weir, East Fairmont, Elkins, Fairmont Senior, Grafton, North Marion, and Brook.
That is a hard region, and we're most likely going to get the 1 seed, so we will get a bye. But that's going to be a hard region to get out of for sure. It's most likely going to be Grafton with the 1 seed and East Fairmont probably with the 2 seed, and you have Elkins sitting at a 3. So Grafton might have to go up against North Marion and Brook, which they haven't played Brook yet. But that North Marion game we did early in the season was a really good game to do.
Yeah, exactly right. And that regional game should be held on Friday, February the 28th. Hopefully we can do that game if it's here. I'm hoping that we will. We gotta see though.
That would be electric to do.
That would be so fun
If they
to
win
do
that
a regional game.
If they win that game and get in the States, oh my
that
gosh.
would be very cool.
No, the game would be on Thursday, March 6th.
Yeah,
Grafton would be the 1 seed.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure.
Well, yeah, I guess if they, I'm not sure if this is, okay, this is for the state qualifier. I got a sheet. Okay, you might be right here, Flea. It might be March the 6th, but I know the first regional game, the games are held on Friday, February 28th, no matter what team you are. And Horn, a turnover. She's got an easy lane and an easy bucket for Hadley Horn, dropping it inside. She's got 19 points on tonight.
And Lincoln's coach, Coach Hawkins, was telling us how he thought Hadley Horn last game was the best player in the Big Ten, and her consistency is probably what makes her the best player in the Big Ten.
She is just been the glue of this team. And some seniors here checking in for their final senior night. Reagan Knight and Amariah Kane will check in here in the final seconds of play.
You love to see that, man.
And they still got one more home game.
Probably their hardest of the year.
Yeah.
If the Lady Cats win that game, they should for sure be front runners for a state championship, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, Flea. That we need to do some research on that Southern Maryland team, but from what we've seen and heard, they are tough, very tough.
That's the teams you play that get you in the States, and that's going to be a really, really fun and good game to do.
28 seconds left. And it'll be just out of reach for the Lady Colts. That three, however, is drained by Leanne Moss. And a great rivalry contest here on senior night. Kane, shot no good. Can't she put it up? Oh, no, no good. And that'll be the buzzer. You love to see the senior there trying to get some points on the night. The final score from the Scotty Hamilton Gym, the Lady Bearcats 39 and the Phillip Barbour Colts 25. We'll be back with some post-game coverage here in just a moment. All right, welcome back in. The final score from the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium, the Grafton Lady Bearcats 39 and the Phillip Barbour Lady Colts 25. It was a good rivalry matchup here on senior night. Taking a look at some stats for Grafton, Hadley Horn comes away with 19 points on the night. Kenna Keener has 13. Jazzy Ray with 1 3-ball. Natalie Beltner 2 points, and Ruth Horn had 2 points as well. Looking at Phillip Barbour, Izzy Knotts had 8. Finley Carpenter had 6. Olivia Wilmoth 2. Ainsley Bolliard had a 3-ball. Tatum Jeffries 1 point, and Stephanie Barker had 2 points. Turnover-wise, what do we got, Flea?
Phillip Barbour leading the way with 16, and right behind him, Grafton with 15. So 31 combined turnovers in this game, except for that 47 from last game. So that's
Well,
that's an improvement.
yeah, it's an improvement, and definitely a good win, a good solid win. The second time that the Lady Bearcats have beaten this Phillip Barbour team. And yeah, the Colts are now going to move to 11-7. They take on North Marion tomorrow at North Marion High School. And taking a look at the Lady Bearcats, they are 19-0, no losses on the year, but they do have that tough matchup coming up this Thursday, taking on Southern Garrett High School, top-ranked team out of Maryland, for their final home game. Make sure to come on out or watch us here live on the Grafton Sports Network. It should be a great contest. You guys got anything else to add?
Not really, man.
All
You summed it up.
right. Well, the final score here inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym, the Lady Bearcats 39, the Lady Colts 25 here on senior night. We would like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. Be safe, everybody. God bless. Have a good one. Have a good one.